Wrestling fans, welcome to this historic December 2013 MWF Superstars Zone. I'm Dan Marotti, unfortunately joined by the man with the worst piece in professional wrestling, not this little hamster yet, John Cena Sr. over in his private studio.
You know what, Dan? If I had a piece right now, you wouldn't be walking. I don't have a piece. It's real. You say what you want. I've polled the fans. The fans agree. It's real. You, my friend, on the other hand, I don't know. We got to take a look at your piece on your head. Maybe you're the one with the piece.
I get a haircut. There's a difference.
So do I.
We saw shots of what MWF Studio looks like. It's a disgrace right now as you dismantle it, turning it into this HD wonderland we're going to begin to see next month. We're going to get into the television aspect of things, but I think the fans at home that may not have been with us want to catch up on the live events. MWF Night of Champions, Nightmare on Ionia Street, North Carolina. Fabo, you were there. I was banned. Give us the report on what went down in North Carolina.
What a night of professional wrestling. I have to tell you, it was outstanding. We had the best professional wrestlers that money could obtain. And the final match with Dylan Cage, Joey Silva, Precipity. Well, I got to tell you something. Be careful, because the boogeyman will get you. And that night, the boogeyman got everyone. It was a huge crowd. I'm telling you something, if you want to see wrestling right, Nightmare on Ionia Street, success. Another one for J-Fab.
There you go, just throwing out those numbers again, how much a great success it was for MWF South. Another dig at MWF North. You really never give it a break, do you, Johnny?
I give a lot of people a break. But you know the one
I'd
thing...
like to give you a break.
Dan, the one thing you have to understand is I give people opportunities. Some of the roster that you have on the MWF wouldn't be on my roster anymore. You work for me, you accept what I offer, or don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out.
So you're saying some of that honky-tonk, walk-and-talk Southern garbage that you present on the cheap down in the North Carolina is of a higher quality than what we present here in MWF North?
I had young, hungry athletes that were astounding. You had matches that were unbelievable. We had the Roman. We had the psychotic person. We had the boogeyman.
We
had Warhawk Dylan Cage.
Person.
Well, we had a person that looked just like you.
Oh,
Dan, if you remember the last show, I mean, I could not have you there. So in some way, we had this person released from the home with his nurse. Great little gimmick, great little show. Outstanding matches from start to finish. The fans are clamoring for more, and we'll be back down to the Carolinas.
I'm hearing rumors that you may be back in February, Johnny. Is this the truth?
All I know is it's a rumor right now, but I hope if we do get back there in February, I've got a match of matches planned.
A match of matches planned.
I tell you what.
You want to spill the beans?
Well, I could give you a hint. I'll tell you what I'd like to do down there is the last match at Nightmare on Ionia Street featured the Boogeyman sneaking up there and taking out Mr. Silva along with his crew. Interference by Precipity, interference all over the place. I'll tell you what I'd propose doing if we ever get to North Carolina in February and we can put it together. I propose an 18-foot high Nightmare steel cage match.
Well, Vince McMahon Sr., eat your heart out. Nonetheless, Millennium Wrestling Federation up here in the Boston area, we had a great weekend a couple of weeks back. Holiday headlocks. I don't even think a sleazebag like you could disagree with the fact that it was an outstanding success. It gave fans not a chance to just meet the superstars, but have intimate conversations with them, eat with them, dine with them, get autographs from them. From top to bottom, it was a very memorable night. The Autograph Photo Fan Fest, the charity auctions and raffles, the great Kowloon buffet dinner that was offered, the question and answer session. Somehow we wound up sitting next to each other. which was a real treat. Your thoughts on holiday headlocks at Kowloon?
Well, this is probably the one time I'm going to agree with you, Dan. I think it was a tremendous, tremendous success. I think that there are a lot of great fans there. I personally, if you're watching, Deborah, dinner anytime.
Oh.
Deborah, oh my God. Then we had the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. We had Al Snow and the Pimp Man himself, the Godfather. The fans were happy. We were happy. It was just a fun-filled night, and we managed to raise some significant funds for young people to have a Christmas. Dan, it's probably the one thing you've done right.
Well, I do take pride in the charity work that I do. It is all in the spirit of the two little Marathis in my life, Brandon and Devon. If they're watching, even someday down the road, if they wonder why I get myself involved in all these crazy adventures, it is in their spirit, and I hope as they get older that they will have charity in their heart for those that need it. And that's why I thought Holiday Headlocks was not only a great night, but I'll give it a plug now. Remember, Holiday Headlocks lasts all December long on BostonWrestling.com. There's great items available. We're going to help out Globe Santa, our friends at Special Olympics Massachusetts, autographed photos, posters, Christmas cards, T-shirts. We're going to put some stuff up on eBay. We're going to have WWE pay-per-view chairs. It's really going to be a fun, unique way to try and raise money to just simply help give our neighbors a brighter holiday season. Again, BostonWrestling.com is the place to be. You just click on the banner with all the superstars, and it'll take you exactly where you need to be. And, Johnny, it was amazing that you and I were in the same room and we didn't slit each other's throats.
Well, you tried a couple of times. You come up with a few bobs, like maybe Cam Zagami would give you some hair so you could have a new piece made. You know, I didn't miss those little innuendos, but I sat back and I said to myself, Merry Christmas, Danny boy. Have I got a surprise for you?
Well, since this is our finale, so to speak, I do have a Christmas present for you as well, but we'll get into that a little further. I did notice that you were sitting with another sleaze bag at your table, that being a man we've seen here in the past in the MWF that I believe you had some kind of a association with, that being Gino Giovanni.
Gino Giovanni, a genius in the wrestling business.
A genius.
20 years in the business. 20 years. A man that probably knows more about professional wrestling than you, Dan. He, at least, can aid and run a successful promotion. What am I going to say?
Is he going to be coming in as part of your MWF, MWF 1, so to speak, where you've dissolved the two North and South promotions? We're going to see Gino in the MWF studios. We're going to see Gino in North Carolina.
Do I have you speechless? Do I have you mixing up your words?
Well, there's a lot of unanswered questions, J-Fab.
Well, Danny boy, I am not letting anything out of the bag right now. It could be
No, you've just left the studio a dump.
I didn't.
Where I do all my work. Where I do all my work has couches. It has old cameras. Laugh about it.
Dan, where you did all your work. I'm bringing the fans high definition. I'm bringing the latest technology. When I finish remodeling that studio, it will be the top of the line. It will be state of the art. We will be producing and presenting events in high definition. And who knows, Dan, I may even beat the great Vincent Kennedy McMahon and present stuff in 3D.
In 3D?
3D.
I'd love to see how your piece is not only going to look in HD, but I'd love to see it in 3D.
3D. I tell you, it's available on a lot of these televisions right now. I think he's missing the mark by not doing a 3D production. High definition 3D. Become part of the event. Be in the event. Dan, things are about to change.
Well, I do have to say that it is an interesting time here at this studio. Everything is going HD. Come Christmas time, we have workers here around the clock, basically. But we'll talk more about MWF television in a few moments. I did want to touch base the day after the Holiday Headlocks event we had at Kowloon. At the Belltime Club in Wakefield, we were joined by the veteran Al Snow, trying to look for new talent, give athletes in the area a chance to learn from the very best, and you and the pal on the top of your head were nowhere to be found.
Well, Dan, I'll tell you, Al's a very, very good friend of mine.
No, Al Snow hates you.
I wouldn't say Al hates me.
No, I would. I know he
Al
hates
took
you.
my money for this event. I don't know how Al could hate
well,
me.
he took your money.
Al, listen.
He took your money.
Dan, I put the money up for the training session.
Your
Money
little Virgil Cam Zagami enjoyed the seminar and hopefully learned a lot with his wannabe piece that he has on his head. You had nothing to do with that. You paid Al Snow no money.
Cam Zagami, in my book, is finished. He's done. First of all, by attending the seminar when he was told not to attend the seminar because it was sponsored by somebody like you. However,
who should he go to seminars run by? I know Slick Wagner Brown is trying to hustle them online. What's he going to do? Try and teach these young athletes how to be able to have great matches with a jelly belly?
Are you saying that Slick Wagner Brown is out of shape?
I say he's got a little jelly belly.
A jelly belly. Slick, I hope you're watching, my brother. And I hope you bring that jelly belly over along with those iron fists and take care of Daniel Marotti so I won't have to fire him. Cam Zagami.
I'm going to pay you a small little compliment. Out of everyone involved in your uprising, you, Zagami, Slick, Ciampa, Thomas, Fuller, Malonis. Other than Malonis, Slick's got the biggest jelly belly of the group, and that's even bigger than yours. You've trimmed down this holiday season.
I've trimmed down. I've got 5 more weeks to go. I'm on a 10-week body challenge. It's a new thing. You can see it out there. It works. It works. It works. But you know what? For you to make fun of my athletes, for you to say that my athletes are jelly belly, why don't you look in the mirror? You look like Santa without the suit.
Here's
Your
the thing,
belly
Johnny.
is not jelly belly.
I need a spinal fusion. I can't exercise. I have to wear summer sandals year-round. Slick Wagner Brown is a hungry young athlete that may just be a little bit too hungry with the jelly belly. Not to take away from his athleticism, not to take away from the quality of his matches. Granted, he has no character and integrity as a human being, but he is a great professional wrestler. He's just got a little, jiggle wiggle going on.
You don't need a spinal fusion. You need an enema. You need to get rid of all that hate and anger and despise you have. Slick Wagner Brown is an athlete, regardless of whether he has a little jelly belly or not. Take a look at some of the professional athletes and some of the other shows. Slick Wagner Brown looks pretty good. And you know what? I have the most powerful stable of wrestlers right now. I could destroy anyone, anywhere, anytime.
All right, well, let's review the MWF December Cyberstars. I don't know what the future of this program is, but we made sure the December 2013 edition at least ended this year with a bang. 2 big matches. First, it was Hardcore Bob Holly and one half of the MWF Tag Team Champions, the Executioner Brian Malonis. For all your little jabs at Bob Holly being Job Holly and this and that, Bob Holly came away victorious, Johnny. What are you going to say about that, jackass?
Bob Holly cheated. Bob Holly grabbed the tights of Malonis when he wrapped him up. He used closed fist. He used illegal moves. He never gave my man a chance to wrestle.
It was a hardcore match, Johnny. There were no rules.
Well, then I guess it's okay to grab a man's tights and roll him up and cheat to win, because that's the kind of people you hire. Those are the kind of athletes that you call hungry, young athletes. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They're hungry. They ate all your pizza and drank all your soda in the back. Then they drank the Gatorade, Powerade, and stole the power bars. That's how hungry and young they are. Bob Holly, don't even start with Holly with me.
No, you have more to say about my good friend, Bob Holly.
Do you have any friends?
Yes,
The
Bob
last
Holly
time
is one of them.
The last
Al
friend
Snow
you and
is
I
one of
had?
them. Deborah is one of them.
Deborah's a friend of yours?
Oh, I got a text on Thanksgiving morning, Johnny. Did you?
I get nothing from Deborah.
You don't have a cell phone to steal this time like you did with the other one.
Danny boy, I don't need to steal. I don't need your cell phone.
Well,
I don't
who would send a masked person to Quincy in front of MWF Studios when he was kind enough to give out candy to the children of Melrose?
First of all,
and say, give this to Dan.
Quincy was probably handing out X-Lax. You probably told him to hand that out. All I know is this. I had no part in it. I could care less what was on your cell phone. I said it last time. I'll say it again.
No, you wanted the contact information in there.
Dan, any contact information you have, I already have it. I already got names from WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor. You name it, I have it. I don't need your cheap iPhone. I don't need the Marathi numbers. I could give a damn less about the Marathis. I could care less about them. I hope they have a miserable Christmas.
How
Scrooge
dare
was
you
right.
say that? You talk about those kids again, I'm going to come and slap the taste out of your mouth. Yeah, you're lucky you're in a different room.
Did we hit a little nerve there, Daddy boy?
You can say whatever you want about me, and I'll still want to slap the taste out of your mouth. You talk about those two kids. I don't care what you deal with Linda Marathi. You deal with me.
Linda Marathi. Who is the real Linda Marathi?
Someone I don't even want to think about.
Oh, but Dan, who is the real Linda Marathi? Will the real Linda Marathi ever show up? Will we ever meet Linda Marathi? Is she a figment of Dan's imagination? Do we really have two small little Marathis?
Yes, there's certainly two little Marathis. And yes, Linda Marathi certainly isn't a figment of my imagination, as my wallet could tell you, as it would have several $100,000 more in it. That's a different story for a different time. But back to Cyberstars, as I'm going to give you a chance to shut your mouth before I come and physically shut it for you to sing for the Christmas season. What about the tag team match I put together for this program? Again, to zing you a little bit, Big Rick Fuller, one half of the tag team champions, and your little Virgil in his neon orange tights, Cam Zagami, took on Bobby Lashley and Big Daddy V. Viscera. That match also did not go the way of the Uprising.
Well. First of all, Cam Zagami, you were told not to participate in that match. You were outmatched. You were outclassed. Fuller was to be paired with someone else. However, Sneaky Pete, Loosey Goosey, Danny Marathi, Mr. Psychotic decided to rewrite the card.
Nothing you've never done, pal.
I don't have the authority to rewrite the card. I'm not the booker. You are. You're the one that gave me the card. And next thing I know, I'm in my plane watching this thing via satellite, and I find out that Zagami's involved with Fuller. Fuller, one of the biggest men in professional wrestling.
One half of the MWF Tag Team Champions. Both of the Tag Team Champions lost on Cyberstars. What a way for the Uprising to end 2013. Every ass in the group lost.
You know, Dan.
And now I'm with the biggest loser of them all, you.
You know, maybe we really haven't lost at all. Because, you know, there's an old saying, "'Tis a smart man who walks away and lives to fight another day." And Dan, let me tell you something. Maybe you're right. Because of your manipulation, because of your ability to rebook and book people on the show. Yep, the Uprising did lose. One for you, Dan Marathi. But I'm
two for me.
Two for you. We'll give you two for Dan Marathi. But I'm going to tell you something right now, Dan. I am going to do something to you that will blow your socks off. I am not finished. The war is not done. I will, and I have, lived to fight another day. There's going to be change. Oh, a lot of change. Sorry, you're not part of it. Yes, I have a faction. I have an uprising. Who's part of my faction? Male, female? Who knows? Who is the real Linda Moratti? Who knows? What will I do with your silly ass? I know.
What
Who
did you have,
knows?
plastic surgery? You keep saying, who is the real Linda Moratti? What, did you cough up some Fabo bucks and send her out to L.A.?
You know, Dan, you proved at the last show that you're a bit psychotic, you're a bit off the deep end, that you have a tendency to fabricate these things. And I can't help wondering if some of the stuff that you're saying isn't fabricated. You know,
Like the fabric on your head?
if it were fabric on my head, and it's not, it would probably cost more than you earn in 1 month. So you know what? I'm telling you it's real. You're saying it's fake. The only thing I know is I am the real deal. I am the man with the brains, the manager of champions. I have the money and the ability to accomplish whatever, whenever I want. And I'm not done.
Well, what I'm interested in, John, is how is the MWF Productions, how are they going to look come next month, January 2014, a new year? The studio is being remodeled. Everything is going to be HD. What happens with MWF Cyberstars? Is it going to be the honky-tonk wrestling from down in North Carolina? What is it? What action am I going to be calling on Cyberstars?
Well, I have no intention of destroying Cyberstars. It'll just have a different format. It will have a much, much better high definition. And who knows? Maybe 3D look. And if I have anything else to do about it, a different commentator.
Well, I have an agreement where I'm paid through September, so do what you like.
September of 2014, is that right?
Correct?
That's right. I'll write a check for what I owe you, Danny boy, and you can stand out front of this studio selling apples, selling pencils, or maybe get a job cleaning toilets where you belong. I could buy that contract out now. I will continue to be a thorn in your side and a pain in your ass until I'm done with you. And then when I'm done with you, I'll throw you in the trash.
Well, another one of your veiled threats.
Veiled?
Veiled threats,
Veiled.
yes. But what about the content of the Superstar Zone? Are we going to
Veiled.
continue to have these monthly powwows? We'll review the news here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation. What is the format of the Superstar Zone going to be next month?
You know,
here in this new MWF that you've started up.
I'll tell you what, Dan, I feel the fans are entitled to know as much as they can. We need to keep our fans up to date. So maybe the new Superstars will feature MWF South Superstars, the best in professional wrestling. We'll keep them up to date. And who knows? Who knows? Depending how I feel, depending how Christmas goes, sales go of my new products, my factories, maybe, just maybe, I might keep the format the same. One thing for sure, I don't think Superstars is going to go away. It's just going to look a heck of a lot different.
Will I still be a part of this great program?
You know, Dan, I guess that's for me to know and for you to worry about.
That sounds a lot like the Christmas present that I have for you. But before we go there, Johnny, and exchange our gifts, it's not going to be your little pumpkin or your little action figure that we have of you over here. I'd like to know where you were at the two MWF meetings that you missed this past Tuesday and this past Sunday. Where were you, pal?
I was busy, Dan. I was busy.
You were so busy that as the MWF enters a whole new era that you created with your lies and your sleaze, that you blew off these meetings completely.
I was busy at the MWF South, but I was also busy rummaging through some, shall we say, items? Shall we say, estate items? Shall we say, things that might have held a key?
Well, I will say this, Johnny, because of your stupidity, this is certainly a Christmas gift for me to give to you. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. But I do know that because of my ownership stake, the Millennium Wrestling Federation Board of Directors made it very clear in an undisputed vote that if I so choose, out of my own pocket, I can run an MWF live event or events in the Boston, New England area if I so choose, Johnny. So that means you may be in competition, pal.
Competition.
What do you think of that, Johnny?
It
may not be over after all.
I love competition.
It may not be over after all.
I love competition. War is hell.
You want to write the check? I could use the check right now.
Oh, no.
I could use that check you talked about for 9 months' worth of pay for the commentary. I could use it.
No,
write
Dan,
it. Write it.
You didn't hear my last statement.
All right.
I said, quote, unquote, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to keep your silly butt around here. I will have you do what you despise. And when I'm done with you, then maybe I'll write the check because you'll need it. You'll need it to buy clothes, food, a place to live. You'll have to have a place to live. And if I'm real generous, I might throw an extra $10 in there for a cab when I'm done with you.
You're all hot,
You want to run against me? You want to run against the fabulous one with the South's entertainment, with the South's wrestlers, with the talent I intend to bring up here? I'll tell you what, Dan, let you and I go head to head because I've got more surprises up my sleeve.
You got to remember one thing, brother. There's only two things in this world I care about more than the MWF. A 15 and an 8-year-old kid that have changed my life dramatically. Other than that, I don't give a rat's ass about anything, and I will do anything humanly possible to scalp you like one of the Indians would down in North Carolina.
First
Merry
of all,
Christmas, jackass.
the Indians in South Carolina are very hospitable, very kind. And what you're talking about is barbaric because they don't do those types of things anymore, Dan. They become civilized. Unlike you, who's psychotic, who's a little, the bubble isn't quite on center, the cards aren't quite a full deck. But you know what, Dan?
Like I said, this is my life. This is my passion. Other than the two kids that are in my life, there is nothing I care more about than the Millennium Wrestling Federation. And if you think I am going to let you ultimately destroy it and ultimately throw me out of it, you are dead wrong. Only I wish you were just dead, but that's not the way things are right now.
Dan, nobody wants to wish death on anybody because karma is not a good thing.
I love Karma. She's a beautiful woman.
Well, be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. All I'm going to say is this. The MWF was your passion. The MWF was your life. The MWF now belongs to me. The MWF...
It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the board of directors who have foolishly trusted you with it.
Daddy boy, daddy boy, daddy boy.
If you compare the quality of an MWF live event that we've put together up north to your honky-tonk wrestling walk and talk down in North Carolina, I think there is a clear difference into what the better product is.
Well,
you may say you get better value for the dollar in the Carolinas. For all intents and purposes, you're probably right. But match for match, move for move, MWF, the way we present it, the way we've presented it since 2001, kicks ass. You ask any fan, they want what we got. It's just a matter of turning those fans in over 70 countries, over 2.5 million social media hits, getting them into the arena here in Massachusetts. And I'm going to figure out a way to make it happen and shove it up your dead ass.
I love your analogies. I love your threats. Let's do the numbers. Melrose, Massachusetts, 125.
Please.
Let's see. Nightmare on Ionia Street.
Please.
650. Let's see. First show down in North Carolina that we ran, 1,580. When have
Wow,
you
really
punk, ever reached 1,580?
I thought you
You've
said you
blown the
didn't
money.
drink.
You've cooked the books. You've made the board of directors look like a fool. Look me right in the eye, Marathi. You are a loser. And Marathi, when I am finished with you, and I'm not done yet, you'll be burned more than the Christmas goose, and you'll have a worse taste than a done turkey. You're finished, Marathi. I'll tell you what, boy, brother, I'm not your brother. I wouldn't want to be your brother. My brothers are winners. You are a loser. I'll tell you what, you got such a big mouth. How about in March? You think about this, boy. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is? You bring up your northern boys, I'll bring up my southern boys, and let's just see who the better athletes turn out to be. Put your money where your mouth is.
As much as I'd love to make that happen, unfortunately at this point I've been talking to different investors and companies to be involved with the MWF that I envision and want to give to the fans. As far as some of your numbers, attendance-wise, I think little 8-year-old Devon can do a little bit better counting than you.
Dan.
1,000, 1,580.
Dan.
An 8-year-old can count better than you.
Dan,
you
the last
ass.
time I was at a Melrose show, I heard myself echo off the walls.
No, that was Bob Holly kicking the hell out of one of your boys.
Oh, come on. I was just down there in North Carolina. We had standing room only. Standing room
Where's
only.
the footage of the honky-tonk wrestling?
Honky-tonk wrestling.
When all the North Carolina boys come on out.
I
See
think,
little wrestlings
I
and
tell
all
you
the
what. Yes,
all the Indians get together with the southern folks, we'll call them. Will be nice because they are very hospitable. I don't want to insult them, but I haven't seen any honky-tonk tapes.
I don't want
Where
to
is it?
insult them.
Where are
You've
they?
already
An
insulted
8-year-old can count better than you. An 8-year-old.
I don't think so, Dan.
I know so,
the
jackass.
books speak for themselves.
The books speak for themselves.
The books of the MWF speaks for themselves.
Well, the 125 was
lost,
off.
lost.
1580 was off.
Oh, Dan, listen to me.
So you listen. I want to make it clear right now. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. Barring an act of God, there's not going to be any kind of an event in March up here in Boston. I am trying to put together a plan from the foundation up with these investors that I'm trying to work with to make things happen. But that's not to say that it's not going to happen sooner than later, and we school your ass. Merry Christmas.
The last person that tried to school me is now poor. The last person that tried to go up against me is finished.
Who
Dan,
the hell was that?
Dan?
The last person that tried to school you. Who? JBL? He poured his drink down your throat. Before that, it was Randy Orton kicking your piece off and stomping you in the middle of the ring.
I don't
Before
remember.
that, it was Edge coming to your house and slapping you across your sleazebag mouth. Do I need to
Kicking my
continue?
piece off?
What?
I don't remember a piece being kicked off.
Yeah, if you,
I
it
looked at all the
you
tapes.
grabbed your head for dear life
I
when
looked-
Randy Orton kicked you in the. You got a concussion and
kicked me in the
stitches,
head.
and all you could do was grab that damn piece.
No, sir, I didn't grab my damn piece because I was knocked out and had 6 stitches over my eyes when we were finished. I didn't know where I
Oh,
was.
I'll give you more than 6, brother.
Well, let me tell you, Dan.
Like I told you, when the time comes, it's going to be electric. Because at some point, it's going to be me and you, face to face. Survivor Series night. I wasn't going to do anything at the Boston Garden because WWE has been so kind and generous to me and the Little Maraudis over the years. I wasn't going to make a big scene when I saw you signing your bootleg money in front of all the fans. But I wanted to come over and strangle you.
Well, let's make one thing clear. You did say one thing right. The WWE has been kind to you. And the Little Maraudis. Oh,
Don't push
gosh,
your
here
don't
we
push
go.
your luck.
Don't
Don't push your luck. Don't push your luck,
push
or
my
you're not going to see Christmas. You want to get me wound up again like you did last month?
I don't give a damn about Christmas.
Yeah, because Ebenezer Sr. is your name.
Dan, look, all I know is you gave me a Christmas present.
Damn right.
I got one for you.
Oh,
I have something that you really,
call it
really,
up on the monitor. I can't see it.
Would you like this? All right. Let's bring it up on the monitor right here. What do you think about this?
Wow, Johnny, what a treat. A laptop from 1983. You really went all out, you cheapskate. Ebenezer Sr. is your name indeed.
Well, you know, Dan, interesting enough, I missed a couple of meetings, yes. I went through a bunch of estate facts, yes. And guess what I found, Dan? Guess what I have in my hand?
An old laptop like you're an old person.
No, Dan, right here in my hand, I have Churchill's diary.
No, you don't.
Danny boy, let me tell you
No,
something.
you don't.
Merry, Merry Christmas, because
You bring
this
that to me
is
now.
Churchill's, Franklin Churchill's diaries. I've opened it, I've read it,
Get me my cane.
and I will tell you right
You
now,
give me that
Marati,
goddamn journal. Get me my.
these are
Thank you.
the diaries. I told you I had them. You didn't believe me, Marati. Now you want them? You want them? I'll bring them to you. I'll show you the diaries. I